expression for a few moments. If you would like to copy it down, just pause the video and write it down. Greetings! You've now had an opportunity to look at this complicated expression and had a chance to see that it doesn't look particularly nice. The purpose of this video is to show you how to break this expression down into less complicated, more manageable pieces using order of operations. But where do we even start? Order of operations is an agreement that specifies exactly in what order we will perform calculations in a written mathematical expressions. You may remember order of operations. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. And there's an acronym. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Although this acronym is much beloved, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, PEMDAS, and it's well known and well remembered, it's not quite accurate. Luckily, the accurate version is even simpler. You could make an acronym for the accurate version. Please excuse my aunt. It says you should calculate in the following order. First, you should calculate anything inside parentheses or inside any other grouping symbol, such as brackets or absolute value or a long fraction bar, which with expression on the top and the bottom. Secondly, you should take care of all exponents. Third, you do all multiplications and divisions. Division is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal, so actually it is multiplication. Lastly, you should do all additions and subtractions. Subtraction is the same as adding a number of opposite sign. Because addition is the last operation we do, we can break our expression apart wherever there is an addition or a subtraction sign. Let's look back at our complicated expression. We'll find all the plus and minus signs. Wait, this one is inside of parentheses. Let's get rid of it. Next, we're going to take this expression and pull it apart so we can see the pieces more clearly. Okay, remember subtraction is the same as addition? Let's change these two subtraction signs to adding the opposite. Now we can see more clearly that this expression has four pieces. They are called the terms. And there are four of them. Terms are the basic components that make up all expressions. To find the terms, you look for plus signs and minus signs that separate them. Let's look more closely at the first term. It has a fraction bar that divides an expression on the top from the expression on the bottom. This means that the expression on the top, which is inside the grouping, must be calculated as a number before the division can happen. And the same with the expression on the bottom, because parentheses comes before division. I believe we're ready to start calculating.
Plus signs rather than spaces. And the first term, of course, has a grouping divided by another grouping, so we have to do the groupings first before the division. The important thing to know is that we can work with each one of these pieces, the black pieces, separately. For example, the 1/2 is already done. I'm just going to copy it down. Let's do this one. Negative times positive, negative. Multiply the factors on the bottom, factors on the top. Look for things in common. 2 goes into 2, 2 goes into 4. Negative 10 on the top, and 3 on the bottom. Okay, in this one we have multiplication. That's with the parentheses next to each other, and exponents. Exponents come first. So let me expand this to write it as a product. 8/9. Now this negative 2, is it going to get multiplied on the top, on the bottom, on both? And the answer is on top, because 2 is the same as 2 divided by 1. Alright, I look at this product, I have 1, 2, 3 negative numbers. The result is negative. Look for things in common. 2 and a 2. 3 times 3 is 9. 2 goes into 2 once. 2 goes into 8 4 times. We're left with 4 on the top, 1 on the bottom when we multiply. I'm going to do the top and the bottom separately. Let's put that over there for the moment. Let's see, to add the bottom, let's do the bottom first. I need a common denominator. Put both of these numbers over 3. And of course they're both negative. This one needs to be multiplied by 3 on the bottom, so I multiply by 3 on the top, and I have negative 6. That one already is in thirds. To add fractions, you add across the top, and then the bottom is simplified. Okay, the top, again, we have multiplications and exponents. Exponents come first. Multiply those out. So 2/3 times 2/3. And I've got the negative 3, and of course it's negative 3 over 1, and 3 over 2. Okay, the product, one negative number, the result will be negative. Looking for things in common. 3 over 3, 2 over 2, 3 over 3. And that's it. 2 on the top is left, 1 on the bottom. Okay, now I've got almost 4 numbers. I still have to do the division here before I can do the addition. Negative divided by a negative is positive. Let's take 2 over 1 divided by 8/3 to divide by a fraction. Flip it over, multiply by the reciprocal. So we know how to do that. 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 8 4 times, and the first number is 3 over 4. Second number is negative 4 over 1. Third number is 1/2. Fourth number is negative 10 over 3. Again, to add these numbers, I need a common denominator. We will use 12. So I need to write every single number here over 12. And of course, I do need to remember that those are negative, and that second one is negative. Okay, so to get to 12, I need to multiply by 3. To get to 12 here, I need to multiply by 12. To get to 12 here, I multiply by 6. To get to 12 here, I multiply by 4. So I have 9, 48, 6, 40. If I add these two together first, I have, they're the positive ones, 15 over 12. Adding these guys together, the negative ones, I have 88 over 12, and that becomes negative 73 over 12. And we're done.
So Here's what we did using order of operations. We identified and separated the terms so we could see them. We calculated each term independently. And lastly, we added and subtracted the terms. That was the last step in order of operations. Thanks for listening, and special thanks to Order of Operations.